Oh my goodness. Hey y'all, we live. We live. It's about time. We live. I don't It's so weird. We're using this new software. It's called StreamYard. I'm genuinely like getting used to it. Um I can't tell like who's on and how many of you are on, but I keep seeing my little notification thing go off saying so and so subscribe, so and so subscribe. So shout out to all of y'all that are tuned into my show. Thank you so much. I really appreciate y'all. Welcome to the Right Way. Yes, you are live with your girl, the one and the only, the first and the finest, Miss Wright. And this is the Right Way Talk Show. First off, I want to give a big thank you to our production team, Your Voice Media. Shout out to Wiley, Tracy, the whole team. I wouldn't be here if they didn't give me this platform, so I definitely want to make sure that I give thanks to them. But before we get into the juicy celebrity entertainment news, I want to make sure that we got both of us, my viewers, y'all, and me, we get on a better accord with one another. So I have a few games slash segments that I like to play before we go ahead and get into the tea. But for this segment, it is called My First and Finest Faves. So as you may already know, I introduced myself as the first and finest. And I like to, since we're going to be catching up every other week or so, I want to make sure y'all know, what I've been plugged into recently. What's in my recents, whether it be music, TV, whatever the case may be. So let's get right on to it, okay? Favorite song I've been playing. Let's see, like every time I get in the car, what's my go-to joint right now? That would have to be Bust It. Now, not the bust that y'all are talking about, but I'm talking about the remix. The remix. So this is Erica Banks' song, Bust It. The remix I like is featuring Travis Scott. I actually think that there's a couple remixes out, but you probably heard the song because it went viral on TikTok and then just social media in general. I didn't know the song prior to TikTok. We'll get a little bit into that and remember that I brought that up. But until then, yes, that's my go-to song right now. Both of them are from Houston. It came out about a month ago. It's a vibe. I like it. It's actually kind of sets me off. It doesn't really matter if I'm, pre-gaming, trying to get lit to go out, or if I'm like on my way to work. It's just it's just a vibe. I'm also a really big Travis Scott fan, so that would be that. Let's see what else. My go-to show of the week. My show that I have been watching diligently for the last couple weeks has definitely been, well, there's a couple, but the one I want to make sure I tell y'all about is Snowfall, okay? Snowfall. It comes on every Wednesday on FX. If you don't watch it, I highly, highly suggest that you do so. It stars Damson Idris. It kind of gives you like a power vibe, but instead it's very West Coast. It's very Cali, and he's younger, a lot younger than Ghost was. So I don't know. I really like it. I really like it. It was written and directed by John Singleton. God rest his soul. It has passed away. You guys weren't hip. That happened a little while ago. But this is his show nonetheless. And I was a little bit afraid of what it would be like after his passing. But y'all, it's good. And if anybody's seen the most recent episode, Leon, y'all know what I'm talking about if y'all watch it. Yeah, y'all definitely know what I'm talking about if y'all watch it. Are we good? Can everybody hear me? I want to make sure y'all can hear me. Production telling me we have some audio issues, but I'm gonna just keep on going. Um, but anyway, yes, that has been my favorite show thus far. And finally, I have my favorite quote of the week. And that's just something, it doesn't necessarily have to be a quote, but if I'm just scrolling through social media or like a mood for the week, a mood for the last 2 weeks, how I've been feeling. And that quote for me this week would definitely be you only, here it is, quote, you only can control what you can control. Now, this is the quote for me because if you don't follow me, you might not know, but for those who do, they definitely know. I am consistently busy, like busy, busy. And recently I've embarked on a couple new career opportunities. So I work for 3 media outlets, including Your Voice Media, and I have a job. So that can be a lot. And if I don't actually try to make sure that I separate and focus my thinking, then I can allow a lot more to stress me out, to play on my mental health, to kind of deteriorate me. I have to make sure that I stay focused. So if I allow too many things to, stress me out, then I'll just be one big ball of stress. So if I can control it, then I'm doing it. But besides that, yes, that is definitely the quote that has been speaking to me this week. I'm busy, but I love y'all because y'all, my supporters, my fans, and everybody that I know that is making sure that they're following me throughout this journey. Like, y'all gonna be here when I'm on somebody's television. So just knowing that and keeping that in my mind is like, okay, if I could do it for myself, I could definitely do it for the people that's going to help me and keep me back. But at the end of the day, I don't have anything else to do. I just gotta get it done. But that's all that I have for my first faves, my first and finest faves, whatever the case may be. And now we're gonna go ahead and get into the main events. Okay, this is what y'all have been waiting for: the celebrity and entertainment tea. What's good? What's the vibes? I'm gonna go ahead and give it to y'all. Okay, so what's been trending, at least for the last couple days, has been the fact that Sweetie and Quavo, they broke it off. They broke it off. Yes, it is. It's tragic. It really is. They were one of the celebrity couples that I was rooting for. I was like, come on, y'all got this. But it seems like things didn't really work out. So from what I know, after Sweetie's appearance on an internet show from Justin Combs called Respectfully Justin, I guess some of the things that she said, Quavo didn't really agree with. The clips that seemed to be all over my timeline were her. There was a conversation about cancers. Quavo is not a cancer, if I'm not mistaken. So when she said that they was really loyal and, she said some good things about them, she was asked, well, what cancer have you been with? And she was like, it's it's time to take a shot. He might not have liked that one. And then there was something else that she said that he didn't like. The moral of the story, they unfollowed each other after that. And people were kind of, on the fence, like, what's good? Is everything, good in the hood? And then she took to Twitter to go ahead and say, I'm single. She kind of alluded to there being some cheating allegations. She said that this is pretty much a front. Like, she had put a lot of her feelings on the back burner to create this fake kind of happy relationship to the public, and he kind of responded, and she quoted him, and it got real. So I don't want to get too much into it because I really was rooting for them, and it kind of hurts my heart. But I think if it speaks to anything, it definitely speaks to the fact that now that we can get into, I said facts first, tea later, or opinion later. The opinion here is, you cannot just judge anything or anybody off of what's on face value, especially with social media. Like, we have these false narratives and these intentions because of the pressures of social media. We ain't know what was going on in their life. We thought they was so cute because they take a lot of pictures. We don't know nobody business, y'all. We don't. It was the same thing when Cardi and Offset got into it, and there was cheating allegations, and there's maybe a baby, there's not a baby. It's like, we don't know their business. They're just cute, and they're both flat rappers and celebrities, and it just looks nice. But the moral of the story is, we can't be in their business. So that's that. What else is going on in celebrity and entertainment news? One of the biggest pieces of entertainment tea that took place in the last 2 weeks would definitely be the Grammys. They took place on Sunday, March 14th. Like I said, facts first. So I'll just get into the facts that stuck out to me. There were plenty of performances. There were performances by Doja Cat, Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, Roddy Ricch, Little Baby, all types of performances. Very good job by all of them. One of the biggest moments of the night for me personally was when Beyonce made history. I had to make sure I bring this up. Why? Because it is March. Yes, we're getting close to the end, but it's still March. It is March, and March is Women's History Month. So I had to make sure that I shouted that out. But Beyonce, nonetheless, the queen herself, has taken her seat on the throne of her history, okay? Because she won her 28th Grammy. And with that Grammy, she has now became the female... I don't even know. She got so many awards, it don't make no damn sense. But essentially, she has become the female artist with the most Grammys, period. I think she was tied up with one other person when she hit 27, but she got that 27th drawn and was like, okay, she got the most. like just period. So shout out to Beyonce. She did not make history by herself. She said, where's my daughter at? You're coming along too, okay? Because why? Blue Ivy, who has writing credits on Brown Skin Girl, she actually won a Grammy for that. So Blue Ivy, at about 9 years old, if I'm not mistaken, is the second youngest person to ever win a Grammy. Second, but history nonetheless. Herstory nonetheless. Like, if me and my daughter are taking home, we're not only taking home Grammys, but we're making history. Like, y'all must be nice. That is definitely different. She will forever remember this moment. So shout out to the both of them, the entire Knowles Carter family. Congratulations. What else do we have from the Grammys? Okay, so Megan Thee Stallion, the hot girl herself, she won 3, not 1, not 2, but 3 Grammys, y'all. She took home 3 Grammys. One of those awards were for the best rap song, which was Savage. Hence, Beyonce also won one for that. She went up with her to receive that award as Megan gave her speech. It was very heartwarming. Megan got a little bit emotional, and I definitely want to say that it is a big deal for her to be going through all of the things that she's gone through this year, and then not having her mom there for any of that. And I don't know, y'all. That's hard. And I feel like the fact that she has overcome all of those obstacles and then did it while getting some Grammys, like, that is a big deal. So I kind of felt her when she was crying and stuff like that, and it just made me feel like that's my sis, and like she really up there being great. Like, she's not my sister, she doesn't really know me like that, but still, at the end of the day, that's like a big deal. So shout out to Megan. Her also won Song of the Year, one of the night's biggest awards. She did that for her song I Can't Breathe, heavily influenced by the George Floyd situation that we all remember all too fondly. Huge shout out to her. And I definitely think, the song itself receiving that award kind of speaks a little bit to the times and everybody's awareness. So I think that that's a big deal. Beyond that, there were some pushback from the hip hop community. Pretty much people feeling like hip hop didn't really take home as many awards as they would have liked to, just simply based off the fact that there were a lot of nominations that were not met with awards. So when we're talking about men in hip hop, yes, Megan did that. But as far as like the baby, he did really well. He actually had about 4 nominations. He performed. I think he did well. He looked really nice. He had it on, all white Chanel fit. The performance was very good. His song Rockstar, I feel like, was on the top of the charts for, I don't know, like since it dropped till now. I feel like it's been on the top of the charts, featuring Roddy Ricch, who also performed and also had a really big impact on hip hop this year. He had how many nominations, y'all? 6. 6 nominations. No awards. The baby had 4 nominations, no awards. Not only that, a lot of people can attest to the fact that Lil Baby did his thing this year. I want to say his most recent album, snapped. I want to say it did like the best. iTunes, Spotify, you name it. He was on the top of that joint for a minute. He ran the summer for sure. So a lot of people were surprised by the fact that he didn't win any Grammys for that. He was nominated 2 times. So there was definitely a little bit of pushback where that was concerned. The opinion part of it, it sucks. It is what it is. It's like, yes, it's the Grammys and we are, making progress and we're transitioning, but it's still like, okay, well, we know. As long as y'all know we know, that means that we know. And speaking of Lil Baby, I'm going to go ahead and get into some of my faves, my favorite performances. Definitely one of them was going to Lil Baby for sure. He performed his song on The Bigger Picture. And, that's the baby. We need Lil Baby. Sorry, it's a little bit late for that one. But, yes, Lil Baby, he performed his song, The Bigger Picture, and it had that whole, it spoke very well to the times. So I definitely would like to make sure I shouted out that one. That was one of my faves. Beyond that, if you want to bring up the baby, since we talked about it, the baby's performance also was one of my favorites. Yes, like I remember I mentioned that all white Chanel suit. Yes, sir. Yeah, he did really well as well. Really likes his performance, and he looked good. And besides that, who else was one of my favorites? Oh, Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B. They killed it. If you had your kids out when they was performing that one, I hope that you tried to wipe their memory because it got a little nasty, but it was good nonetheless. And Mama Cardi was out there working, y'all. Like I could tell that she said her outfit like weighed some crazy amount. Like there was a lot of weight on her outfit. It was more like a metal armor type of suit situation. So the fact that she got up there and did that, kudos to her. And finally, I got to finish it with my favorite outfits of the evening. You know I couldn't do it without giving pleasure to the fit. So first off, I have Lizzo. Yes, she looked amazing. She was wearing a Balmain dress. This was actually one of the couple dresses that she wore, but this one was one of my faves. Beyond that, I have to give it to Chloe Bailey. Both her and her sister looked really nice. They both had on Louis Vuitton dresses. Chloe's hair was different. She has dreads. Don't know how they did that, but they did that. This is Hallie. They both looked really, really good. And lastly, for my fave, I have to give it to Megan Thee Stallion. Yes, my H-Town sis came out with the Dolce Gabbana hottie. Okay, and she looked good. It's giving me couture, but still hot girl with the thigh. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to all those beautiful ladies, and shout out to all of the nominees and the award winners from this year's Grammys. Definitely, y'all did y'all thing for sure. But now that we have completed with the celebrity and entertainment news, I'm here to give y'all a nice conversation with our special guest. So as I mentioned in the beginning of this episode, you cannot chat about anything without bringing up TikTok nowadays. I was talking about one of my favorite songs, and I said I only knew it because of TikTok. There's a lot of songs like that are trending. You'll see them on Instagram. You'll see them on Reels. You'll see them on TikTok, and you'll be like, I don't know the name of that song, but the song that goes like this. What's that? It's because of TikTok, okay? It is basically the new trending thing. So I took the liberty to go ahead and bring on one of my good friends who happens to be TikTok famous. So if you're like, who's Nakoa? Here's one of his TikToks so that you can kind of get a little gist of, who he is.
Hey boy. Hey boy, can you pop our gas? Pop our gas. It's her birthday. Thank you, baby. She ain't gotta be scared to ask because I asked. Thank you. Let him pump the gas. Pump the gas. Thank you, sir. She looks so good to be pumping gas.
So that's my friend Nakoa. That is one of his very many TikToks. And I'm going to go ahead and bring him on so that we can chat a little bit about it. What's going on, bro?
How you feeling?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm low-key surprised because as I watched that TikTok, it made me cringe. But when I made it, it felt great. I was laughing the entire time.
How did it make you cringe? It was hilarious.
It's something about knowing that other people are watching it. I know people are watching, but it's weird to know someone's watching right now.
See, that's the crazy part about it is for those who don't know Nakoa, like I know I got a lot of friends that are watching this live as it's happening right now, but for those who don't know Nakoa, it's even more funny because I met Nakoa through my dance team, and he is a very, very, very good dancer, and he does not dance on TikTok.
No, I don't. I can't.
What? Like that is so crazy to me. I'm like, one time my little sister actually came up to me and was like, oh, look at this TikTok, it's so funny. And it was like about Philly names, and Brie was in there, so she thought it was funny to show it to me. And I was like, that's my friend. And she was like, really? Like, OMG, you know him? I'm like, Jason, yes, that's my friend from school. That is so funny. So okay, let's just get into it, because I feel like part of the reason why you don't even feel the need to really dance on there is just because of the type of presence that you have on TikTok. Or tell me why. Let me not even assume. Why do you not do it?
That's actually a part of the reason. I built my platform on just being myself. And when I started making TikToks, it wasn't for me to get so many people watching, because I knew dancers get views. I knew that drama gets views. But that wasn't me. What was me was getting in front of the camera, talking, acting crazy, just saying whatever came to mind. And that's what started getting people to watch me and notice my work more. So whenever I made a dance, it was like, I'm not filming this. I'm gonna go and film me ranting about some restaurant or something. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. And
But
it seems to have worked pretty
yeah,
well for
it
you.
worked. It really did. And the funny thing about TikTok is the videos you put the most work into, they probably get a couple views, but the ones that you just, I'll just post it, whatever, they blow up. So I saw what worked and stuck to it.
Right. So how many followers do you have now?
Currently sitting at 28,000. So it's a big difference from the 122 people that were following me in August, but we're up now,
That
28,000.
is, yo, I have 30. 30
Yeah.
followers on TikTok. You had 100 in August and you're at
Mhm.
28K now. That is really crazy. And there's a lot of people out here that are okay. Let me just go ahead and get into the questions because I'll start chatting and forget that I had like a
No,
little.
I'm the same way. Just go ahead, keep it steady.
But okay, first of all, how long have you been on TikTok? You said that you had 100 some odd followers in August. How long have you been on there, period? And then what piqued your interest for this specific social media site?
I'll answer the second question first. So I was talking to someone about a year and some change ago, and they had a TikTok page and they would send me their videos, and I was like, oh, this is kind of corny, but I mean, it looks all right. I had no idea what the app was about. And her constantly talking about it made me look at it one day, and I made an account. I watched like 2 videos and then gave up because it just wasn't me.
Mhm.
But what ended up happening was I heard an audio that I liked. So I made a video to it and I uploaded it and it got a couple views. So I said, this is cool. Now,
Mhm.
what got me interested in continuing to do TikTok was this one video that I made where I was talking about the lantern flies. If anyone lives in Philly or around here, you know these lantern flies. Oh my God, they're tanks with wings. I've seen people try different ways to kill them and they won't die.
They don't die.
That's
They
all I can
don't.
say about them. And I made a video talking about how much I hate these things. And the first, second, third day, couple hundred views. One day I'm at work and my phone blew up, 500,000 views.
That's crazy.
It was insane. And from then on, I said, you know what? Keep doing it. I'm not going to look at no one else's content, try to
Yeah.
copy nobody. Just stick to what I'm doing.
Right. So with that, I want to know exactly what type of content do you think works the best on TikTok? Like I know that you didn't expect that one to blow up the way that it did, but why do you think it did? And if someone else wanted to try to, I guess, become TikTok famous,
Yeah.
how should they go about it?
The best thing for you to do is to stick to what you know. And
Mm.
I say that because there are millions and millions of TikTok accounts and pages. So there's constantly things being uploaded. What I see gets the most attention is story times, because
Mhm.
everyone loves listening to a good story.
Yes.
Anything with shock value. So you set people up to think they're gonna get one thing and something else just crazy happens. Um,
Okay.
but the other thing that I see really works for people is personality. Now, when I made the video about lantern flies, I didn't try to put up a front. I had no audience to entertain. So it was just
Right.
me. It was just me being myself and saying what I say. And now there's comments like, oh my God, what he said right there, that was so funny, or this was funny. And I'm like, I was just talking.
Mhm.
You
That's how
know,
it be.
it's
That's
it's,
actually
it's the small elements of your personality that people latch onto. I think that's what really gets people famous.
now that we spoke about people getting famous, there's definitely a large amount of people that not only get famous, but sometimes they get famous in a way that's very TikTok. So I kind of mentioned like, you got the songs that people don't know anything about unless they just know the audio from TikTok. Like they don't know the real person's name, they don't know
Right.
their like background or the name of the real song. Like you just know the Junebug challenge, but like the song is called Beatbox and it's by Spot 'em Got 'em. Like who's Spot 'em Got 'em? Nobody would be
Exactly.
like,
No, I
oh
feel
yeah,
you.
I love Spot 'em Got 'em. No offense to him, but like I live in Philly, no one knows who that is. But
Yeah.
you know the Junebug. So it's like, how do you think, or what's the best way, I guess, to prevent yourself from solely like not being able to or what's the word? Not being able to cross that barrier out of the TikTok world.
Consistency is what works the most.
Mhm.
Um, Now, what I see is You can make a whole bunch of different songs or videos or whatever the case may be. And even if your content is consistent, there's something with 1 million views and something with like 200, even if it's equally good.
Mm-hmm.
People who want to branch out on TikTok and do things and expand their name, honestly, when people find that one thing you're really, really good at, or the one thing that just caught their attention, they're going to expect more of that, you know? And that's where you having a really good personality comes into play, because they can watch a video where you use an audio like the June Bug Challenge, and they go to your page and everything else is just something they weren't expecting. If you have the personality and if you can draw people in, that will get them to look at more of your stuff. And what also works is comments and making a video replying to those comments. So if you check the comment section and you see, oh, this person made this comment, it got a couple hundred or thousand likes, and the creator responded to it, let me see their response. That's what gets the traction going.
Okay. Yeah. I noticed that you do that a lot. And a lot of the times it works. Like, I think one of the funniest ones was when Nakoa told everybody about how he used to be a child model. And
Yeah.
I got a lot of comments, and a lot of people wanted to know, like what the tea was with that and how that got started. So big shout out to you. Last question. I'll make this the last question. There's a lot of people who, well, I think there is, people can get paid off TikTok, right? Like they get enough followers, they start doing sponsorships, and then they do is that your goal? Or like what's your goal with it? What's your purpose or your reason to continue to do it? Is it just for hobby, or do you want to get some money?
So it's funny because I actually was getting paid from TikTok. I did I did join the creator funds. But here's the thing. Now, if we're gonna be real about it, when I started out, I knew you can start getting paid around 10,000 followers. I didn't want to do that because I had heard and seen comments talking about once you start getting money, your videos get a little bit, they slow up a little bit. People aren't seeing it as much, or maybe the algorithm just knows, like, if you're going to blow up with something, I ain't trying to pay you that much. So we're going to kind of mute your videos a little bit. And I joined the Creator Fund about 2 months ago, and I stayed on it for about 2 weeks, literally getting like 15 cent, 20 cent, 30 cent day after day. And my video views were not where it was supposed to be, because I know my page can pop. I know my videos are entertaining. So after about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, I jumped off of it, and then slowly, steadily, I saw that my views were going back up. So right now, it's not about money. I don't want to be the person who's just chasing the money or chasing the fame. And that's not what I want to do. I want to build a small community of people who, they don't even have to like my content, but if they like my character. And that's why I started going live on TikTok more than anything. And people can pay you through your lives, give you gifts and things like that. But it's a hobby that I think has given me so much, because through TikTok, I have people who are adamant about following me and watching my lives. Like every time I go live, I recognize their usernames. And if people want to Zoom call and actually have one-on-one conversations, I don't give my number out because I'm not crazy. But
See, you thinking.
Yeah, we can go through Zoom. And I see that some of the people who follow my page, they will have a one-on-one conversation because I'm just real like that. And that's much better than dollars and pennies.
That's dope. That's super dope. Look at you, Nicole. Wow, OMG.
I know.
That is so good to know. You're doing all this? You're still in school. You're doing all this and still balancing everything, okay?
I am. I'm balancing. I have a new job. It's actually really fun. I'm doing tours, but we're doing like bar tours.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, it was lit. I'm doing that. I'm still studying, trying to get my degree. I'm still doing TikTok, and above that, I'm just, taking it day by day, just trying to get a better grasp of what I want for my future. So it's what it is.
That is so nice to hear. Sorry, y'all. I had to make sure I checked on my boy because I ain't talked to him in a little minute. But thank you so much for coming on and helping us get a little better of a grasp of what TikTok really entails and how we want to make it pop. I might have to make a couple TikToks once I get off here. Thank you so much, Nakoa. You have a great rest of your day. Thank you for tuning in and hopping on.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate this. Thank you so much.
No problem, bro.
All right.
All right, y'all. Well, there you have it. If you want to become TikTok famous, you need to stick to what you know. You need to post some relatable poppin' content and don't try to be nobody else, but just do you, boo. And hopefully it happens for you. I might go ahead and try myself now that I know I can make 15 cents or a little something more on the side. Some gas money, you never know. But moreover, thank you so much for everybody that has tuned in. I appreciate y'all being patient with myself and getting this entire process together. It's very different. We're all working from home. Do I wish I could be in a studio somewhere with like a team of people physically here with me and y'all like in an audience? Yes, absolutely. But I'm gonna give y'all what I can because I love y'all and y'all are my supporters, and I wouldn't be here doing it if I was just talking to myself. I could do that in the mirror. So thank you for tuning in. Y'all have a blessed rest of y'all day. Go into the week, kill it. Monday's tomorrow. Get some good sleep and be breezy. Bye, y'all.